All right, and we are down into our first race of the set, and I don't know why my life split isn't working. This is fine. Well, we'll just ignore the non-functional timer. Oh no, we've got it. Okay, so there's an early trapdoor here that Mora finds, but as a result, I think is going to miss the cracked wall, which might be the blood shop. So Cavalca, I think, is trying to wrangle the Minotaur into opening it, or no, we're just gonna give up and bomb that. It's not the greatest, but it does have armor, and we have an apple from the red chest on 1-1 as well, so we can just pay for that. But it looks like Cavalca is going to just buy it. Or no, I'm not, okay. Well, at any rate, is able to get out of there with a gold longsword and patched up back to full health. However, the lock trap on 1-2 did have some magic food in it, which morraconda is able to use to get up to some extra health, and even a blood cutlass, which makes this Shriner fight very safe. I'm not sure what this mystery ring is. And of course there was also a different armor, not quite as good as chainmail in my opinion, but better than nothing for sure. Is this a damage up? It's not peace. No, it's not a damage up either. And I missed seeing if it was a regen or not on the level transition. I think Cavalca probably wants, to open that barrel with the gold. Oh, we have a Ring of Shadows. Piercing our charisma? Yeah, we'll see, I guess, if we find a shop. Cavalca did pick up a naked Ring of Shadows from that barrel, so we have zero benefit from this other than if we find like a conjurer or a shop with some nice items in it. But that's more kind of down to Conga 1. And speaking of nice items, Cavalca finds a shop with heavy plate and obsidian rapier. Does immediately tank a fireball to the face, but we're fine. We've got heavy plate. So I guess that ring paid off after all. And Mara actually checking purple instead of black to get a berserk spell. Interesting choice. So Cavalca's behind by going to be about 2 floors now. Or it wasn't Conga, what am I saying? That was Fortismal. But potentially could catch up with this build if able to take maximum advantage, and does get hit, unfortunately, by the big old mole's splash attack. So is not able to get that same berserk spell out of the chest. And I'm sure that he's hoping for some kind of a ring swap now that we've already gotten the main benefit. Speak of the devil. It's a pretty good one, Ring of Might. That also helps with the obsidian's unreliable damage amounts as well. Now, Cavalca hasn't had time to get a luck charm yet, so does have to be careful of bats. Meanwhile, morraconda already down to CR2. No super special ways to handle it, but is able to bomb for the early activation. Hi, Miss Me. Let's see, what will we find out of these? Just I keep not seeing and continuing to stick with the purple checks. Likes the bloodless, I guess, is what we're calling it. Cavalca did make a little bit of a catch up and is about one or two, let's say 1.5 floors behind at this point, rather than 2, and is able to flawless the Coral Rift fight. Morraconda conjures a Ring of Peace out of this 3-1 conjure. We're going to keep it? Yes. I still did not figure out what the mystery ring was because I am blind, and but this is definitely, almost certainly a better ring. And wondering if Cavalca will go for it. We don't have the shadows for the Shadow Conjure anymore, of course, but could still get something nice. Shovel upgrade. Maybe a hat? Ooh. So that could be a slightly spicy hat if we aren't able to distinguish the enemies properly. But it does mean that our Obsidian Rapier now will never fall below the 3 damage threshold as safety goes. So not bad. And of course the Goo Boots, which are very important. Morraconda just going to Azuma her way out of the Conga 3 fight and head down into Zone 4. I think if I can read properly, extending the lead slightly. Nope, just maintaining the lead, I suppose. Let's see, a lot of enemies sort of converging on her location, but swimming through them with ease. Not sure what that blood pulse was for. Was it meant to be aimed at the little confused mage? Stuck in a bit of a corner here. Could berserk out, didn't need to berserk out. The nice thing about the quartz armor, of course, being that even if you take a very, very heavy hit, it's still just the 1 heart of damage. Oh, there's an urn. Cavalca finding an urn. Well, I mean, we don't really need to swap to titanium because we have all the damage ups, but if we swap to titanium, does this mean that we could get off the sunglasses and still have that always at least 3 damage? Oh, not the worst telemonkey, but at least it wasn't a dangerous one. Oh, and Mora finds a potion on the next floor. So despite her weaker armor, should still be in a very safe place, especially with the Berserk spell available as a potential panic button. And of course, the natural protection of the cutlass parries. Oh. Ooh, Cavalca taken some damage there, able to patch up with the help of the pixie, and also bombing the fire shrine, which doesn't give him anything particularly useful. We already have a good weapon. And we're down to our minimum 3 bombs on Cavalca's side. Can't read how many that is on Mora's side. Is that 2 or 3? I should maybe figure out some kind of a setup. Ooh, that is Cavalca down to his last half a heart. We do have the potion on deck, but it's not looking too comfortable. Now, of course, the blood cutlass on Mora's side has been patching her up throughout the entire game, which I suppose I should have also taken into account as far as calculating their relative safety relative to each other. But yeah. Oh, there goes the potion on Cavalca's side. A little bit sketchy, especially since we're not using the piece and therefore do have to deal with slightly tougher mini bosses. But that's more down to Dead Ringer. Will we do a funny berserk kill? Don't know. There was some interesting preventative pulsing. Lots of parries being relied on here to keep Mora alive as this Dead Ringer rings deadly. But we got through it safe and sound. Do still have 3 hearts left. The potion is long gone, but it's #fine. Yeah. Okay, it looks like that is 3 bombs then, since we've still got, yeah, okay. So no funny business necessary, and we can safely berserk for that free hit onto the Necrodancer. Cavalca's potion is also gone now, and is heading into Dead Ringer, but Morraconda is already 3 hearts into the Necrodancer, 4 now. Should be able to wrap this up safely. I see this Dead Ringer is definitely also going very safely and expectedly for Cavalca, and that is the first game to Morraconda. Cavalca able to keep up not too far behind a crystal tier racer. Cavalca saying that the Ring of Shadows didn't work out well. It did work out to get the nice weapon and armor, but it definitely contributed a bit of time just trying to figure out where anything is to go. Fortunately, it wasn't the worst in terms of how long it took for him to find a ring swap, but yeah, that was very fast. She got the Ring of Peace eventually, but that was a long time on a mystery ring that was doing apparently nothing and not contributing to any type of damage up for that 1 damage blood cutlass. But that's the experience coming in, I guess. Just doesn't matter what you're running. And that's the second seed. We're immediately getting a extra bomb, so we'll be able to open up the blood shop or whatnot. Red Bat Cave could have something in here. No? Okay. Infernal Torch, that's not bad. Helps open up crates and barrels. Could do some funny kills here. Looks like Mora might be wanting to wrangle this Minotaur. Oh, Cavalca taking a hit from a skeleton while trying to do the same. Just gonna reset right off the bat. This is a pretty meh blood shop, I guess, unless you really value the rat familiar. But like, it's mostly about the blood drum, I guess. And we're even going to keep the Infernal Torch for the utility, I suppose. Not going to check the show. Interesting. Cavalca just placing a bomb to get through a mess of enemies, I guess? And then Infernal Torching the Minotaur down without checking the blood shop at all. So Mora does have the advantage of the blood drum here. And what is this mystery weapon? Is that a bow? Oh no, it's a staff. It's a staff. A staff of some kind. I didn't see what kind of damage was on that thing. Let's see. Okay, titanium staff, I think. Not a bad weapon. Cavalca's trying to think of a way to get into that mousetrap to eat the carrot inside, I think. But maybe just gonna have to go now because Mora's already about to catch up. Nope. Alright, so let's Cavalca first down into Fortissimo 1. We have nothing but a base dagger, so it's not the fastest, especially with all these ads getting in the way. But Cavalca able to flawlessly murder that man. Oh, morraconda found a Shrine of Darkness somewhere on the 1-3. So it does have a huge mapping advantage, although we lose out on the pink torch, RIP. The Zone 1 boss just appears to have provided an obsidian harp, which is a bit of an awkward weapon given the anti-synergy between dropping beats for harp and obsidian needing you to keep a beat. So Mora's just gonna keep the obsidian, or not the obsidian, the titanium staff into Zone 2, and actually gets a shield spell out of the purple chest, which is a great pickup, and could enable some extremely fast zooming. Let's see, a bit of an awkward layout here for Cavalca to navigate, but going to get through that all right. The question is, when, if ever, will Mora be able to swap off of this Ring of Shadows? Is there something nice in this shop? Well, we could have a funny whip run again, of course. I assume we're not doing that since we have a decent weapon. Alright, so that's Cavalca down to our Deep Blues 2. If the things were, oh, very nice, lined up a hit on the king with that harp. Yes, the whip courage run. Okay, Mora's Shadows finding her a much better set of armor to match Cavalca's from the first race, as well as a completely extraneous coupon that she's finding on the floor here. This coupon does nothing. We still have the Ring of Shadows. But there is a Ring of Courage in the 3-1 shop, so if Mora doesn't find another ring swap before then, we're going to have a Jeweled Dagger plus Courage, which will be the good old Pac-Man build. Looks like she is going to enter the shop and find that swap. So we've got a Miner's Cap Pac-Man. Bug really antsing for the whip courage. All right, let's see. And of course, we hardly really even need the well, I say that and then she immediately takes hits. But with that heavy plate, we can just tank things if needed when the shield spell is off. is on cooldown. Actually, there's a battle shovel also in the 3/3 shop, but Morraconda is already through the DB3, able to throw kill easily, which Cavalca will not be able to do. Not unless he finds some throwing charm and then fireballs also. But at any rate, she's already flying through zone 4 with that cap. Just completely unopposed. I say this and then she immediately takes a bunch of hits. She does not have goo protection, I will say. You know, that can always get you murdered. The shield spell can help in case of getting gooed, but it won't get you out of a full... Speaking of goo, folks, if you take a pixie explosion while on goo, that hurts a lot. So now it's up to Cavalca to not die. Wow. And Cavalca immediately fighting Magic Ham and Magic Chicken in quick succession? The game really being like. But that being said, Cavalca also does not have goo boots and also has 0 armor. So in that sense, is even worse off than Mora was. Betrayed by... Is that what happened? Was it a left rat or something like that? That is so mean. That's awful. What a rat. Down rat, okay. Oh, and speaking of goo boots, finding goo boots. Yeah, that's a super goddamn rude death. Now, all Cavalca would need at this point is essentially some armor so that the non-goo related nonsense does not... Okay, that was a slow but safe telemonkey. So that other things don't kill him. But plenty of things in the game can also do plenty of damage without the assistance of ooze, so, you know, we're not out of the woods yet. Despite the 10 hearts, in this game, 10 hearts can go away pretty quickly if you don't have defense and or regen, preferably both. All right, that was the pixie that killed Mora, and because Cavalca skipped the bloodshot that had the rat, he does not get exploded. Fate is funny. We do have a blood harp here if we want to switch to something with regen, but I think we're going to keep the damage here. Just noticing that Cavalca's build is very funny with Miner's Cap because we have both the Battle Shovel for the infinite damage and the Infernal Torch for the auto fireballs. Of course, this is a lot less handy in Zone 5, since you'll just be opening up all the rooms for no reason. Oh, Earth Spell for a nice safe Dead Ringer. Hopefully, in parentheses. And we're going to check the shop here for a little safety in the form of a shield. That is not armor, Freddy. Thanks, you tried. I appreciate it. That's not armor. Okay, nice dodge of the electric orb. Still got 5 hearts on board, which is still more than we entered Zone 4 with, so it looks like a lot of missing health, but really it's not so bad as the situation goes. Harp awkwardness showing itself again with that having to beat drop repeatedly. Oh, there's a Quake Scroll in there. Even faster Dead Ringer. I hope we're going for that. We could also, well, probably not the teleconference. We're gonna skip the Quake Scroll? I, in principle, disapprove of this. I think Quake Scroll is cool beans and hella stylish. But I guess we're sticking to what we know. Are we going to Earthkill here? Oh, nope. Yes? Oh, we could. It's a little awkward with the Miner's Cap, but we're able to bait dear old dad into the bell for the second phase, and that's Cavalca down into Necrodancer. Is Mora going to... Nope, just preparing for the next seed, I think. Alright, plenty of bombs, and we should be able to... Now, the cavalca is only on 3 hearts with no armor. The piece does probably help, but if Necrodancer summons like an ogre, that could still be a bit of a problem. So let's cheer on our... Okay. No clubbing and no blood magicking to death. That is the second loot for Cavalca. That was a brutal, brutal death. And I guess that's why some folks would deliberately skip the rat familiar. I think the only like no downsides, or like almost no downsides familiar would be Freddy, Shopkeeper familiar, right? Because Snowbarrow can mess up enemy movements if you're expecting them to act a certain way, and obviously we just saw what Rat does. And Dove can also throw a bunch of enemies into the end of your floor. All right, down into the 3rd seed of the set. We have a tier 1, and it's a Conjure. Mora's not even going to bother walking back, she's just resetting. If we farm up gold, we could gamble for like a Ring Conjure, which other racers have done. But looks like we're both taking the base Trident and just go on for now. I don't see a lot of farming / picking up of gold going on here, so looks like we're not going to make the gamble. Just going to hop on down to 1, 2 and find our blood shop, which should be somewhere on this floor. And if it's not too far out of the way, we might be able to see if there's any goodies in there. Not seeing any side of it yet. Looks like it's not going to be on our path to the exit. And Trident Snag could be a little bit hinky in this crowded exit room, but Mora's going to handle that just fine. So is Cavalca. And actually Mora had enough multiplier to also summon the Leprechaun here, and is going to maximally milk that small cereal mascot. Cavalca buys a Fireball Scroll out of 1, 3... Oh, it was from the purple chest. Mora has enough money from milking the Leprechaun to buy everything. So now we have a 3 damage whip. If we find a Ring of Courage, then Correct Bug will get their dearest wish come true. And we'll have another vacuum cleaner run. Okay, here's some armor from the floor chest for safety as well, which Cavalca should be able to find in a second. But it's going to take a while since he's still on the base Trident. And the Trident Snag! Okay, well, it's a relatively early death, so it's not the worst, but Mora's already clearing out our first boss, Death Metal. And we're sticking with the whip, folks. She's gonna commit to it. Getting some pulse tomes out of purple and a heal spell to make that quartz armor a little more useful. Nicely handled series of inputs to get through that 2-1 exit from Mara. Let's see. Wonder if Cavalca will be able to farm up the gold to buy anything. I'm mainly thinking about the Strength Shield from that, what was it, 1-2 or 1-3 shop. Oh, getting a bit dinged there. And we're going to get, okay, even more regen on Mora's side from that Crown of Thorns. It looks like Cavalca is able to farm up a Leprechaun this run back. And meanwhile, Mora's about to take on King Konga with the whip. Can be a little bit hinky depending on what configuration you get from the Konga lines. But it looks like she was able to avoid snagging on anything unduly, and it wasn't the really annoying configuration of lines. And yeah, cavalca's also running with the strength whip this time around. Tonic pointing out Mora's optimizations to hit shielded enemies from the correct direction. And yeah, that definitely is a big thing. Like knowing which direction counts as hitting behind the shield, right? Ooh, taking a spike trap there, but it's fine because she has so much regen. The strategic damage take. And cavalca also going to pick up the same heal spell. And actually I see the pulse tomes on cavalca's side, so it seems like either cavalca assumed that black was bad or just is also committing to the whip lifestyle. This truly is requiring too many brain cells, and I cannot possibly keep up. And also managing to get through that fortissimo fight without any issue at all, using the pulse spell, or the last pulse tome rather, to quickly take care of the boss himself, but does immediately break the strength shield entering into zone 4. What is cavalca? Oh, cavalca is killing for heavy plate and obsidian shovel. Interesting. Not exactly, I mean, I guess if you really smash face into things to try and catch up by tanking, especially with the double regen. But the thing is that Titanium Whip is not really a smash your face into things going fast kind of weapon. And Cavalca's also only on the 2 damage, having also broken the strength shield at this point, and is not able to manage the conga lines properly, down to half a heart. This is getting kinky. And Mora is getting into horizontal blue dragon, but blood magics to get herself out of that bind. Very nicely handled. The Harpy Blade Master team up is never fun to deal with, but she does have, again, armor and regen, so we'll be fine as long as we don't step on any goo, because again, neither racer has goo boots. Keeps happening. Speaking of goo, all right, we're fine, we're safe. Okay, no, I thought Cavalca died, but it's just a Twitch ad. It's still not optimal to have a Twitch ad. Curse you, Twitch. Curse you, corporate overlords, but you know. All right, so we've got a whip, Coral Rift here. Morraconda dropping the beat in order to place a bomb and end the fight faster. I didn't notice where she picked up a... Oh, that's a good point, Bug. Quartz does protect from goo. It'll still only be 1 heart of damage. So actually, Cavalca is kind of in a worse place than she was, since he's only got normal armor. But at any rate, she's already out of zone 5, so doesn't matter. She just needs to not take several hits in a row, and she'll be more than fine with so much healing. Like, she even picked up a shopkeeper familiar somewhere. Missed me. Missed me, did you see Morraconda's Glass Whip Courage run from yesterday? It was surely a sight to behold. I'll try to remember who it was against. I know it got COD, so you should be able to find a VOD if you want to see it. Cavalca trying to handle that Fortissimo with the whip. Again, awkward unless you are very good at whip, which Mora is. But still safely heading to zone 4 as Mora is about to clean up this zone 5. Tanking some hits there, but again, it's hashtag fine. I'm very interested to see what this Dead Ringer will be like with the whip. Anybody know what this strat is? Oh god, oh man, oh god. This seems safe. She's on her last half heart. It's hashtag fine. We have no bombs and no way of getting into the stage. But she does have like an entire zone and change of lead on cavalca. So she could theoretically farm up the ads for some additional healing. Actually, she already blood healed a bunch, and there was the Ring of Regen also. So actually, this is fine. She's literally fine, folks. She's fine, you guys. I'm just worrying for nothing. I'm just a worrywart. She can take one more hit. Okay, no, because Crown of Thorns, because we're healing up more, but she can take one more hit. This is fine. This has been a really wacky seed. Oh, Kappa found a Zap Dagger somewhere, so if she does die, Hilly will catch up soon. But there we have it, the third loot going over to morraconda with our almost double whip run. And she carried it through the entire way. Incredible, no notes, perfect Dead Ringer strategy. I'm glad I caught this.